What's up everybody, welcome to the channel. This is my personal Fox body. It's a 1987, same year as Gina. That is a 5.7 Hemi out of a 2020 Ram. And we somehow have to put that in here. It's going to be mated to a G-Force 6-speed transmission. And we essentially have 60 days until I have to leave for sick week. Deadline's tight, we've got to finish this one, Gina's car, and we have to continue working on that F1 car, so I'll be out here a lot. I have the oil pan ordered for this engine and the transmission cross member and mount, so I can mount the transmission to the engine and put it in there and use the transmission kind of like a guide. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start working on the engine bay. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. You can see like paint is chipping off. There's holes literally everywhere. I'm gonna get rid of these things. And we wanna make this one semi-nice because this is gonna be our first real car I wanna own, basically. I don't like the SN95 very much. And this is why I don't MIG weld. This is stupid. I quit. I've got it mostly cleaned out. It's not perfect by any means. But to me, this is just gonna feel like a fresh start, and that's really what I need on a new project right now, is a fresh start. I don't wanna start with someone's half-ass stuff. And yep, my hair is getting in the way again. Well, we got it mostly prepped for whatever this gooey, sticky stuff is. And more than anything, I just wanted a fresh start. I just wanted to start something fresh with that nobody else has touched. So to rip everything out, do what I want to do to the engine bay and start fresh in it is going to be like, oh, feels so good. Because I hate looking at my other SN95 and be like, damn, I hate some of this stuff, and then not do anything about it and just keep racing it and not go any faster. Gosh, Napoleon.
Napoleon, don't be jealous that I've been chatting online with babes all day.
Did this not come with any hardener? Was it supposed to come with hardener? Oh no. I don't think I bought hardener for this. You'd think it would come with it, but it doesn't. That's stupid. Back to Canadian Tire I go, but it's 8 p.m., so it's not open right now, so I'll see you tomorrow. Actually, before I head in, I'm only gonna Bondo like the firewall and then where I filled in the gaps over here and it's kind of like uneven. I'm just gonna spray the front little bit here that you won't really see under the bumper anyways, but it's down to bare metal in some spots, so I'm just gonna spray real quick anyways. All right, if Dan at DD Speed Shop right now seeing me, he'd be super embarrassed because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know how to get the lid off this thing. There we go. It says, and I state, kneeling cream hardener tube thoroughly for a golf size ball amount of filler. US will literally use every measurement but the metric system. A golf ball size of filler. And then it's a measurement of hardener. 1.25 inches of hardener. Wow. First of all, I don't even play sports ball, so I don't even know how big a golf ball is. Second of all, inches don't mean anything to me. Oh, it smells strong though. That's pretty cool. Like maybe that's 1.5 golf balls, so I should probably use like 2 inches of this stuff. Sure. I don't know. Good luck, Kyle. Why is it blue? I thought this stuff was supposed to be like pink. Did I get the wrong hardener? I don't know anymore. I don't even care. Let's just do this. I think this hardens up pretty quick too. Because obviously when I welded it and then I sanded it down, I definitely made some low spots. Assuming the better I can make it before sanding, the better as well, maybe? No idea what I just did, but we need it to dry now.
Well, about as good as I need it, so I kept painting. It ain't gotta be perfect, it just had to look better than it was.
Well, I can kind of see sanding marks in my paint, which means my grit was probably too high, or I don't know. I don't know what to do with bodywork, so I'm gonna let this dry, come back assess it after to see if it looks like absolute trash and I have to redo it, or I'm just gonna send it. And most likely I'm just gonna send it because it's good enough. At least it's all one color now. Look at that. Ah! Damn it, damn it, damn it. I went back, I bought more supplies. I can't leave it like that. I've gotta at least try it again, so I'm gonna sand down the areas that, you know, sucked. Probably put a bit more body fill on it, sand it down with finer sandpaper this time. And then I also bought some high fill primer stuff, so hopefully that helps. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing, man.
90% of the time, I have no idea what the f I'm talking about.
We got the primer down. I'm just gonna rub some of that, see what happens. I'm not built for body work. You know what, even putting that high fill primer on and then going down with 320 cleared out a lot of the scratches that I had in the original body filler, so I think it looks a lot better like this. I can't get too picky over it because there's gonna be a nice Hemi engine here, big turbo. Nobody's gonna be looking at that part anyways. Just, like I said, I wanted to start fresh, so here's our fresh start. It's mediocre at best, but that's all I am too. I didn't think about where I was gonna put these before I bought them, but they're here now. I ended up getting 1/8 inch and then 0.081 thickness. So I got two different thicknesses to choose from, like most women. Now hear me out. I know the Formula 1 car is super popular and everybody wants to see more of that. However, I just, in the last like month or so, ordered about $20,000 worth of parts for this thing. Very unexpectedly, obviously, but 6 Summer is in like 60 days. So if I stop working on this one a little bit and I start getting my auto car ready, Gina's car ready, and this car ready, that's just because I've given myself a really short deadline and I don't mean to do that, it just happens. Unfortunately, still waiting for the oil pan. So I'm gonna take some of this aluminum and I'm gonna start trying to build things. All right, here's our little template here. It kind of fits exactly where it fits. I'm gonna add like a 1-inch lip on the bottom so we can possibly, or I could probably just rib nut it in sideways like this. But this panel is gonna keep a lot of like the road debris from the tires from getting into the engine bay. And I might put like a hole right here and build a tank. And I might build a tank on the back side here. I'm trying to cover up my address. And then my catch cans will just be like in the fenders. And then I'll have the hole, so I'll have a bung to go into the catch can up here, and then I'll actually have a hole with a little piece of aluminum sticking off of it so I can put a filter on it as well. So here's what we're working with. This is our template that goes on the fender. This is the back side of it. I bent this piece up right here. That's gonna fit right there. We're just gonna tack weld that in place, and that should be on the back side of the piece, so you won't really see it. Oh, I'm just gonna tack weld it on there, see what happens. Should be able to put this in here, see what's up anyways. I'm like, what's up?
Gangsters, what's up guys?
Here's our tank. It didn't warp up actually too bad, which is surprising for me. You can kind of see where we welded it on this side, but I'm likely just gonna rock guard this anyways, so it'll be fine. It'll be fine. All 4 rivy nuts are in there, nut certs, whatever you wanna call them. Then if I climb in here like a little astronaut monkey, this piece, I did conform this a little bit with a maul, so it may have a little bit of a wave to it, but end up something like this. You get the idea though, right? Time to build side 2. This is gonna be our catch can side, so 2 -12 bungs and a vent, and separated into 2 halves. But keeping the same dimensions as this one. And heater's on right now, and we're pumping out the garage because it's flooding that back corner a little bit. It's just overall not a good day today. We're still gonna hustle through it because I want this thing to be ready for when we get the oil pan, so we put the engine in. I'm just trying to get everything that I can do to this thing ready for when I can get the engine so I can really start building a turbo kit and making some progress on this thing. I was just staring at it, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Here's our basic shape. We're gonna mark this 1.5 inches from the outside here, and that's where we put our bend, and that's what gives us our angle when we bend this up. There's our bend lines. Then we put it in this thing over here past all the mess and the water and stuff on the floor to bend 0.95, which is definitely far too much for my bender. You know what actually work really good is the bending dies that go in our press over there. Really bolt it down too. Oh my God. Getting it. You did it. I built myself a couple little baffling plates here. I got 2 of them. They're just gonna go in the middle like this and just tuck on the inside. And all it's trying to do is disrupt like the oil in the air kind of deal. So I'm gonna put a couple of plates here, drill some holes in them so that the air and the oil kind of have to like hit the baffling plates and drop the oil down instead of just like flowing it out through the breather. So we're gonna put one here, one here. There's gonna be holes that allow the air to go through, and then our filter is gonna go out this side, and then the 2 oil inlets are gonna be on this side. Oil inlets, but they're actually like air breathers. That's my plan. I'm just gonna mark it out, drill some holes along this just to make them even, and I'm gonna do that on both of these. I might just put the holes in the bottom of this one and then put the holes in the top of this one so the air has to follow a different path as well again. I don't know how well it's gonna work. In my mind, it makes sense. My mind's not very good. Don't trust me. Okay, just imagine this top piece is plated in, the front and the back are plated in. There's 2 bungs over here. That's where the valve covers are gonna enter. They've got to pass it through this set of holes, that set of holes, and then our filter is gonna be over here, and that's just going to vent out. So a little bit of baffling going on in here, and then obviously our drain's gonna be down at the bottom somewhere here. There's the 1/8 MPT for our drain on the back. One -12 bung, the other -12 bung, and then the air filter. And as you guys know, that our dividers are in here, and then we're also putting this piece in there for the air filter, so it's got to kind of swoop around the back of that pipe too. I know you're just as excited as me. Here's where we're at so far. This one, both bungs, both -12s right there, so the 2 lines are going to come in like that. Filter's going to go there. The drain is actually on the inside, so that'll be where we drain it from. I don't think the tire's going to get close to that. It might. Maybe when it's all the way up. I'm not going to run this car super low in the front, but when it's straight, it should be okay. I did mount a tab behind here, so we can put a nut cert behind there as well. So we put 2 on the bottom, 1 on the top of here, and then use the hammer in this area to conform it. Comes out something like this. And I'm gonna add the rad cap on this one now, a -16 bung and a -6 bung. The -16 is gonna go to the bottom of the radiator, to tee into the bottom of the radiator. The 6 is going to be from the top of the radiator to get all the air out of the radiator, and then the high point for the fill is gonna be up here. So we're gonna pull that one off, weld those in, put that back on, and then that should be good for both of these. Now I did go all the way over, but we can still cut holes in this if we need to put like a charge pipe through there or an exhaust through there or anything. I left this portion right, oh, it's still hot. I wonder if it freaking burned. Stupid ass. But I left these portions right here so that they could be cut out if we need to put anything through there. I definitely goofed up a little bit when I didn't leave myself enough room on like this side to weld it, so it came out a little bit turdy in the back, but I wanted the fittings on the back side so I can run the lines like this one goes to the bottom of the radiator, and then this one goes to the top of the radiator. I just want them to be hidden and then swoop around to the radiator. So this one's gonna go under the frame rail, this one's gonna go behind like where the headlight is. So the only thing on the front of this one is our fill point, and that's gonna go, oops, that's hot. I gotta stop grabbing stuff when it's hot still. And that one's gonna go there like that. And then just need to rivet that one in. So you can see this one's gonna just drop down below the frame rail, and then this one's going to go up through here, and then there's a little space right here that the dash 6 line is gonna go through, and then the cap where we're gonna have the other dash 6 is gonna be right there. We've got 3 bolts in, but we need this top piece to conform, so the only way I know how to do this . Perfect. Now we should just be able to drill our last one. Now we've got them all welded up and shaped, we're gonna sand them down a little bit and prime and paint them. Probably with rock art though. Got some bed liner on these boys. It actually didn't sand down the back side, so it's not sticking very good, but the front side I sanded for sure. It's all about the front side. You only get to use the back side a couple of times. Dude, it came out so good. That is the only thing you see on that side. Obviously you can see like the little crease where I bent it with a hammer. But yeah, rad cap just goes there. And then the back side isn't done as well as the front side was because it didn't sand it. And then this side, there's your 2 fittings for your catch can, the filter for the catch can, and the drain is down here. We're gonna have to put a drain fitting on it, but that's no big deal. And that's what we're starting with, a nice clean engine bay. I'm actually supposed to get the oil pan this week, so we'll be able to get the engine in here and started on that and get all the turbo kit stuff. I'm sure I could slap together a car in what? It's like 51 days, I think, before we have to leave. Remember that, 51 days, that's pretty short. But I want to bring something I can be proud of on this event. That's why we're trying to get the Mustang done. If I can't bring this, I'm not going to rush it. I'm going to bring the auto car. I will bring the SN95, the one that just made 1,286 wheel horsepower through an 8896 True North turbo. Yeah, pretty crazy. And remember, I'm part owner of Black Sheep Industries and True North Turbos. So if you're looking for a turbo or blow-off valve or a wastegate or anything like that, blacksheepindustries.ca helps us all out. We make great stuff and we try and prove it all the time to you guys. And if I was smart, I would have built this car long ago, knowing I wanted to take it on a drag and drive. However, I never had the car and it didn't come in my possession until I finished the last Fox body. Huge shout out to Legacy Auto Group. They're awesome. 8 dealerships across Alberta and BC. Best guys in the world. But I feel like Gina and I found our stride within the last couple months and things have just been taken off and it's awesome and I love it. So we're actually headed out of town to get our GTI wrapped. Gina's going to get a tattoo. I'm going to pick up my pistons and rods. See you guys in the next one. Peace easy, get that V and build cool shit and shop Black Sheep Industries.